Who has 1,689 emails? What?
Guilty.
Is this spam?
No, it's not all of it. Some of it might be, but I just don't.
So you don't. So don't email Crystal.
No, I do
You
check.
will not get through.
No, because see, there are dots by some of them. I do read the ones I want to, and the rest of them I just don't want to.
Why you just went through like 5 screens of dots? Like, why don't you just?
No, there was some.
You get started on email, deleting that while we start the show. Welcome to the Attic, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have already met our special co-host today, Miss Crystal.
Hi, everyone.
Who does not check her emails.
I do check my email. Just don't send me a bunch of garbage, and I won't have all these numbers.
I done seen joke like, all right, I got 13 emails right now. You know what I mean? Not 1,689 emails. Like, for that, we're going to give you the donkey today. Can we get a big hee-haw? Shout out to Power 1071. The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne the God. We need to give Crystal the donkey of the day.
No
the donkey
way.
of the day goes to Crystal Fountain of Moss Point, Mississippi,
No
who
way.
does not ever check her voicemails. I mean, her emails.
I do check them.
I guess that's what's up. So what's been going on with you?
Not a lot. Just trying to keep busy. You know,
Yeah.
Summertime.
It's good to have you in the attic.
Yes,
You were here.
glad
You
to
were
be
here before.
I was, and I enjoyed it so much. I decided to come back.
Yeah, we decided we're glad to. We decided that we're glad to have you.
Oh, you
I
decided
mean, we had
that
to think about it.
just right now.
It's kind of like, do we really miss Crystal? Do we
But
really
was it
want her back?
before I was here, or just like right
I mean, kind of
now?
like in the middle. Like right now, like, I mean, because when I invited you to come, I needed you to come for a reason. Now that you're here, I feel like I don't need you because you're here. User.
Right here. Mm-hmm.
At least I'm not an abuser. So what happened this week? Like, we like to talk about current events.
Well, my mind is still on the beach. I just got back from Florida.
Really?
On the beach for a few days. Mm-hmm.
Were you wiggling
I
your
needed
toes
to
in
get
the
away.
sand?
Yes.
Are
And
they
I wish.
cleaning up sand now?
Well,
Some nice toes, by
I
the
took
way.
several baths before I came.
Several.
So I'm pretty sure all the sand is gone.
At least cleanliness is next to godliness.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Well, while you were wiggling your toes in the sand,
Yes. What's been going on in real life?
in real life, Rachel Juntail has been jeopardizing Trayvon Martin's case.
Let's just have a moment of silence for George Zimmerman's case here, because
It's the moment up because we need
yes,
several.
Yes.
Anyway, like, I mean, you know, I don't want to talk about her because she is a product of our environment.
She is where she is because some people allowed her to continue to grow up and speak that way.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people like to say, oh, she's from, where's she from? The islands.
I don't know. Where is she from?
I don't know. It was somewhere.
Wherever she's from.
Where's she from? Can't nobody help us out? Nobody help?
Phone a friend.
Yeah, phone a friend. Anyway,
I-
but they're from the Caribbean, like something
No,
like
okay,
that. You
right.
know, Trinidad, something.
Right.
So that's kind of like, you know, why she has, you know, this, this different way of talking. But at the same time, why you following me for?
Well,
You don't watch First 48?
there's a bigger problem than Rachel. Like,
It
who
is.
was her third grade teacher that let her continue?
Right.
And I know that nowadays they don't teach cursive in school, so understanding that she wasn't able to read it.
Cursive.
But
I wonder what her texting skills are like.
if it's anything like these young people, you know who you are.
Right,
who-
right. But this is the thing. Why why not? Okay, I get it. If you don't want to use YOU, you just want to use you. It might save you 0.75 hundredth of a second.
Right.
But why would you do YHOU or YHUU?
Because, you know, you ever heard I'm different? You know, people just kind of want to create their own.
To the scene, Mr. Missing.
Yeah. They just want a few consonants and vowels to be missing so they can be different.
I think it's
like everybody else. They want to be different like everybody else.
I think it's totally unnecessary. To be different is to just be different. But to try to be different is not being different. It's trying to be different.
And if everybody's doing the same different thing, then everybody's doing the same thing. Yeah.
Right. And I just think
it's a complete waste of time.
I think it takes an ignorant amount of effort to make up new ways of misspelling something.
Yeah, and when you're sitting in class, you can't understand how to put a subject and verb and make it agree.
Right.
Yeah, that's
they
a problem.
They have to agree.
Right.
Right.
Usually, they need to.
Yeah. So let's talk about the BET. The BET Awards happened last Sunday.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I hate about having a week show because, like, I hope people still talking about it. But did you get a chance to see it?
I saw parts of it. I didn't.
Where were you wiggling your toes in the sand?
No, I had actually just got back from my trip, so I was sleeping off.
You slept through the BET Awards?
I did.
Can we pull her black card, people?
But I do have DVR, so it's waiting for me.
Oh.
You know?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it is going to show. Yeah, you're going to catch the reruns.
Right. I don't know why I'm wasting my space on my DVR because I'm sure it's playing all day.
To me, it's like eating a piece of bread that's been sitting out on the table all day. Even though it just happened yesterday.
That's true.
It's like it's still kind of going to be a little
I said that
crusty.
when I woke up from my 4.5 hour nap. Don't judge me. That I've missed all the commentary on Twitter and Facebook.
Right.
Like that's the best part to hear what other people have to say and see if they agree that those shoes were all wrong for that dress or
yes. Well, I don't
what
see
was
why
he
people
thinking.
try to hate on Megan Good's dress. Megan Good was stunning last night.
Oh, I did see a picture
They
of
were
her.
trying to say that if she wasn't married, would she be wearing it? But I mean, we'll Google it. But while she was talking about would she wear it if she wasn't married, it wasn't nothing exposing anything. This is the dress right here. Bam! Looking Megan Good.
And what's their problem with that?
She look kind of old a little bit. Them legs a little bit, but it's okay though. It's okay. Everything else is in place.
What is everyone's problem with it?
What's wrong with her toe?
You know what?
Her toe.
I'm gonna give you a minute to go ahead and work that out.
Well, I mean, this is a big picture. I shouldn't have.
Okay, just take your time.
But some people just saying, I guess it was a little bit too revealing.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you who I was.
The long sleeve dress that we have here.
Well, maybe it's all of that right there.
I mean,
cause now I ain't gonna lie. When you look at this, what do you see?
I mean, I see her boobs, but
nice boobs.
Okay.
Let me click off the picture so we can finish the show. Okay? We'll just get caught up in that. But I'm gonna tell you who I was disappointed with. R. Kelly.
And his spike jacket, I think his neck is all torn up today behind that. I just want him to go get that checked out. He might need a first aid kit in the back. I hope they had that worked out for him.
First of all, the entrance of it was dope. I mean, hold up. We acknowledge that R. Kelly's the greatest.
Yep, he is.
You know what I mean?
What he does.
The grand entrance was dope. The people came down the aisle. What the hell is going on? It was thousands of everybody. You know what I mean?
Beautiful what you just did there.
But then he came out, he did a little bit of everything, but his songs are too great to only do a little bit of everything. And it's almost kind of like, it ain't no songs that just turn up.
Right.
It's songs that make you be like, oh, yeah. You know, you grab the lady sitting next to you.
Before you could get to it.
Right, you know what I mean? But before you could do that, he changed the song.
Well, he had a lot of hits, though, so, you know.
But see, what you have to do is sometimes, like we just said, don't try so hard.
This is true.
If he came out there and did 2 songs.
Then somebody would have been like, well, why didn't he do this one? Well, and why? I wanted to hear my song.
That's when somebody
like
myself.
So he was trying to give everybody a little bit of what they like.
That's when somebody like myself with my entrepreneur ventures, I would have booked him a show. We all could have made some money. And he could have performed out his songs. That's all I'm saying.
I get it. I get what you're saying. However, you know how we do.
We do. We hate regardless.
Okay.
Now, the next thing.
All right.
My favorite category last night, because we just had this argument not too long ago. Who's the best actor? Out of. Now, this ain't got nothing to do with looks, okay? So get out the gutter before we even drive off.
Okay, but it's going to be a factor in my dealings here.
Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, Jamie Foxx. Who do you think is the best actor? Steady on, you steady on.
That's a hard one. I'd have to say Jamie, though. I'd have to go with Jamie Foxx.
Okay, I'm proud of you. Why?
Just because he can, in most of the things that he's been in, he's become the character. He's become and made it. Even people like, I just go back to him playing Ray Charles.
Oh man, that was
and
the
him
best.
being, we know that that's Jamie Foxx, but him playing Ray Charles and being that character and giving it like 100%.
Yeah,
so,
and that's I agree. And that was the thing I gave. I mean, everybody loves to say that Denzel. I mean, Denzel plays all of them plays some great movies. But when you think about it, Denzel hadn't played the different varieties of character. Either he's a good guy, bad guy. But you take Jamie and Samuel L., like, they play so many different kinds of roles, and they kill them. The reason why I give it to Jamie over Samuel, just for the simple fact that Jamie gonna make you laugh, sing to you, bust a move, and then do something else. So
and do something totally different.
Yeah, then do something totally different.
That's very true.
So that's what's up, man. I mean, we just talked about current events so long. We actually got to go to a break.
Oh, yeah, that.
You wanna, since you the guest host now, you wanna take us to break?
I sure will. You're watching the Attic TV, and we'll be back after these messages.
Oh, that was good.
Short on minutes.
I'm at the store. Got the list. Tell me what we need.
Okay. Bread, eggs, milk, cheese, kiwis, onions, chicken, apple juice, pepper, green beans, spinach, grits, grapes, apples, olives, tomatoes, lettuce, bananas, cherries, diapers for the baby, sugar, flour, rice, garlic, cereal, butter, and strawberries. Where is the bread?
We only had a minute left.
That was the first thing I said on the list.
We only had a minute left.
Unlimited talk, unlimited text. Just $29.99 per month and no contract. Only from Omni Wireless.
Believing in freedom of expression, we set out to develop a lifestyle clothing brand that is not only trend-setting, but one with a positive message. Society tells us that you are what you eat, but in fashion, you are what you wear. We believe that if you are what you wear, then you should be meek. Be Meek shares a message of self-expression that highlights the priceless value of you, the inheritor. Image is important, so we set out to develop a line of clothing dedicated to represent your own unique image, hence our tagline and the likeness of yourself. Yeah, I like that. Welcome back, everybody. While you guys were on break, or while we were on break, I was telling Crystal about Brian and Yvette Pierce, who created a foundation called the K&J Foundation in remembrance or in the honor of Kiara Pierce and Brian Pierce, which were their daughter and son, their children, who died in 2006 in a car accident. The daughter was 17 and the son was 15. So we invited them to the show, and they gave us a lot of gems, some great gems about seatbelt safety and how important it is for parents to make sure that their children understand the importance of driving, safety laws, and just being safe, being responsible. So this is one of the books. I'll let Crystal check it out. And I think that they founded the foundation in 2006. But it was a very rewarding episode. So let's check it out. Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Attic. I am your host, Jai Keaton, and Joanna Kirby couldn't be here with us today. Today, we'll be talking with Brian and Yvette Pierce of the K&J Foundation. The K&J Foundation was started after Mr. and Mrs. Pierce lost their son and daughter, Kiara and Jamel, in a tragic car accident in 2006. So, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad to have you guys here. So tell us more about the K&J Foundation and about how it was started.
Well, on November 14th, 2006, Kiara and Jamil, tragically, they were not wearing a seatbelt, and they both were, my daughter was driving, Kiara, they were in a car accident, and both of them were ejected out of the vehicle due to a lack of not wearing a seatbelt. Right. So and we lost Kiara first, and then 7 hours later, Jamil passed. So after then, we started talking about seatbelts and the importance of wearing them. We had monies left over after the funeral, so we decided to have a foundation in their name. And from the foundation, we give away $400, $500 scholarships every year to any Harrison County graduating senior going on to further their education, whether that be college, trade school, any type of where you're going to advance yourself, going to live your dream. Kira was more of an academic. Jamil was going to be a record producer. He wanted to go to some school in Florida, so that's why we. Huh?
Full sale.
Probably, yeah. So that's why we decided, college or trade, as long as you're going somewhere and you want to improve your life.
Right.
Then we started to educate people about the importance of wearing seatbelts.
Right.
I didn't know at the time that the #1 killer for teenagers is simply motor vehicle accidents. And a lot of times I ask that question, I get texting and driving, drinking and driving. No, it's just motor vehicle accidents.
Right, just regular accidents.
Just regular accidents.
Right.
When you add those other factors in, such as texting, drinking, eating, distracted driving, then you're increasing your chances for having an accident.
Right.
Actually, when a teenager puts another teenage passenger in the car, they increase their chances to have an accident because their friends are going to be a distraction for them. Talking and playing around. Yeah. And a lot of parents don't really realize that. When they're handing their keys to a child, they're handing them the keys to something that is a convenience to have, but potentially is the #1 killer for that. For teenagers.
Right.
So they need to be aware of those factors.
And what I like about what you guys do is you try to educate both the parents and the teens.
Right.
Well, it's critical. Teens think they're invincible and don't think anything can happen to them. I mean, if those who are on Facebook recently, there was a pair of twins who recently died, 19 years old, twin girls. Due to a fact of a traffic accident, both of them were ejected out of the vehicle. Parents don't realize the power that they have, and parents, in my opinion, are frontline defense. They're the ones who are going to have to be the enforcers.
Right.
Many parents just take it lightly. When a child gets a license, all of a sudden they have freedom. No longer do I have to drive them here or there. Now they can go to the store for me. They become the errand person. But if they haven't prepared their child for the road, then you are potentially putting your child in a dangerous situation. And what I mean by prepare, how many parents will take their children out to drive at night?
Right.
How many parents take their children out to drive in rain? We live on the coast. 90 is a lot of sand on the road. How many parents take their children out to practice in those type of scenarios?
Right.
But if they don't, then when they have to face it, then they're not prepared for it.
Right. And interesting point. These are one of your push cards right here, and we actually met at the Saving Our Sisters.
Right.
So you guys are actually out in the market, basically bringing or taking the word to the people in the community. So this is one of your push cards, and one of the things that stood out to me was 16-year-olds have higher crash rates. Now, in your personal opinion, do you think that the driving age should be increased? Do you think that there should be more, not necessarily guidelines, but more rules to getting your license at 16?
To increase the driving age would be nice, but I don't think that'll ever happen in America.
Right.
So what probably needs to be done is, Mississippi is one of the states that doesn't require any supervised driving instruction time. Home for me is New York. When I went home to talk to one of my alma mater high school, I learned that in New York you have to have 50 hours of documented driving instruction time before you can get your license during the learner's permit period.
Right.
Mississippi, our requirement is 0.
Right.
So things like that can be put into place to further enhance the safety or enhance the experience of young drivers out on the road.
Right. Okay. Now I noticed I went to your website, and their website is actually K&J Foundation. You guys have some fundraisers. Tell us about some of your fundraising events.
One of the first fundraising events that we ever did was a miniature golf tournament at Big Play. When they first opened, I said, well, everybody likes golfing tournaments, but why not a miniature golf one?
Right.
And that can be very competitive in itself.
And more people can play.
And I wanted to reach more younger people.
Right.
So we've done that. We've done 2. Matter of fact, we're having another one this coming October, which will be October 19th back at Big Play in Biloxi, where you can come out, play a little putt-putt. We generally have good prizes. We generally have good support from the local vendors in the area and get good prizes. Hotel stays, perfume. I mean, Dillard's has been a good supporter of us, so things of that nature. And that's one of the ways that we go about raising money. We also this year want to try and step out into the and have a canvas and cocktail
I like that idea.
Paint,
Right.
paint, where
Yes,
people
I
learn,
love
come
that idea.
and learn how to. I mean, people come and have fun painting.
Right.
It's canvas and cocktails together, and you know we're working with one of the local artists to do that, and one of the local establishments has already consented to hold the event for us, and so we're just waiting to try and solidify the dates.
Right. That's perfect. That's perfect. As people, because even when I was introduced to you guys and bumped into you at the Saving Our Sisters, it really did make me think about it's deeper than just snapping your seatbelt. So, are you finding that more people are less aware of?
I'm finding that a lot of parents are less aware of the fact that the #1 killer for teens is the fact is motor vehicle accidents. They haven't done the research. When parents are selecting cars for their children, sometimes we don't pick cars for safety.
Right.
We pick for style and flash.
Right.
So those are the factors. So a lot of times people are less aware of the dangers that are out there. And it's not necessarily that your child may be a bad driver, but you have to watch out for the other child. But if you know your child is a child who's irresponsible, reckless,
Right.
how do you think they're going to drive a car?
Right. Definitely.
Okay,
Right.
so if they can't handle small responsibility, why would you give them responsibility and putting their life or somebody else's life in their hands?
Right. Okay. I'm scrolling now, looking at some of the scholarship programs, some of the award recipients. Do you guys get a chance to check back in and talk to some of the?
A lot of them we know, and we'll check back in on them, and sometimes I'll send them a occasional email to see how they're doing.
Okay.
But one of the things that's really discouraging for us, we give 4 away a year, and many years there's been years that we only had 1 applicant or 2 applicants.
Really?
I'm amazed at how many children do not take the time to write or apply for a scholarship.
Right.
We don't, in my opinion, we don't require a lot. Only we ask you to do is a 500 to 750 word essay, a letter of recommendation from the school, one from the community, and that you're going somewhere
Right.
and been accepted somewhere to further your education.
Right. And this is coastal wide.
And this is Harrison County.
Harrison County.
Okay, just
Because our kids went to Harrison
Yeah,
County School,
okay.
so we have limited in a sense to Harrison County.
Right.
But there are many high schools in Harrison County.
Right.
I've marketed to the high schools. It's on the webpage. If people go there, they can download it. But I've known kids who are in my church who know me, and I announced the scholarship, and obviously they're born with a silver spoon in their mouth and don't need an extra $500.
Right. I would have took it. I would have took it. 500 words is what? Maybe 4 or 5 paragraphs or something.
If you're a graduating high school senior, you should be able to write a 500-word essay.
Oh yeah. I would do 2 or 3 of them. You submit 2 or 3 different names or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But you'd be amazed at how many people just don't do it.
Right. Okay. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Parents, be more active in your children's driving. Remember that the #1 killer for teenagers is motor vehicle accidents, and that you need to be involved with them. Teenagers, when you get behind the wheel, realize you're behind something that is potentially the #1 killer for you. So don't be a distracted driver. You want to get from point A to point B safely. And so do that and be the best prepared person you can. Be a safe driver. It's all about good defensive driving. And one of the first frontline things you can do is buckle up. It takes 3 seconds.
Right. Yeah.
And it could save your life.
Yeah. Definitely.
Seatbelts prevent injury and prevent deaths.
Right. Mama Pierce,
Yes.
do you have anything you would like to say?
No, he said it all.
I'm pretty sure that's a great working relationship. Right? Yeah, cool.
He said it all.
All right, so we thank you guys for coming. Definitely, everybody out there, check out the website KandJ Foundation.org and apply for these scholarships. What's wrong with you guys? Anyway, thanks so much for coming. Thank you.
Merry-Go-Round Daycare Center, Incorporated, is a leading child care facility in Jackson County. We are located at 5731 Bay Avenue at the corner of Earl and Bay Avenue in Moss Point, Mississippi. For over 30 years, we have been committed to providing an exceptional learning environment to jumpstart every child's educational journey.
Unity Funeral Home and Cremation Services staff are committed to serving you and your family with dignity and respect. We pride ourselves in providing services of outstanding quality that assist families during difficult times. Unity Funeral Home and Cremation Services are here to provide the highest standards to our community and to the families that we serve. For more information about our services, log on to unityfh.net or call our 24-hour service line at 228-475-2538.
Welcome back, everybody. And you just saw Brian Pierce from the K&J Foundation talking about seatbelt safety. So, Jai, let me ask you this. When I get in the car, it's click it or ticket. My car chimes, and I hate it.
Really?
So, what about you? When you get in the car, every time?
I'm in a Buick. The Buick don't make no noise.
That doesn't answer my question.
Oh.
I want to know.
Do I
click it or ticket?
Ticket.
What's happening here?
Ticket every time.
What?
No, I'm saying, but
Why?
the seatbelt make me feel constrained.
So would your rib cage if it was poking into your heart.
See, I drive for everybody else on the road, okay?
Everybody else doesn't drive for you, though.
No, they don't, but see, I have my radar.
Because you're Superman, right?
Sometimes I am. But no, I'm being funny. I mean, I don't. But I'm just saying, I should. And I'm not saying that people out there shouldn't. Because recently, I've just got tired of getting tickets. So that's what, maybe shout out to all the highway
That's a good
patrolmen
incentive. Click it or ticket campaign working for you.
Because I think Brian said something like he think that the price for the seatbelt tickets should be increased. But I'm just saying, Brian, I paid my share of non-seatbelt tickets, and that made me put my seatbelt on.
Which means it's working. You'd rather put your seatbelt on and get there safe than to have to.
I don't even speed no more.
Right. Than to have to drive to the place and put your seatbelt on, because when you get there and pay your ticket, you better have it on or they're going to give you another one, right?
I don't even speed no more. I use cruise control down through the city.
I love cruise control.
I mean, but I'm saying I cruise at 25. I just let the car idle. I just let the car idle. I cruise control down Main
I think
Street.
the Buick is turning you into an old man, okay?
The Buick is turning into an old man. It is, but I just idle. So if y'all get behind a Buick and y'all can't laugh.
It's not an old man.
But just know that I'm fully aware of what I am doing out there, ladies and gentlemen. So for all of y'all that want to speed by me, go right on ahead. And what I have experienced in the past is the highway patrol don't never get them, but they get me.
Well, that's because they probably profiled you, but that's
Trayvon
neither
Martin.
here nor there.
Trayvon Martin. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our show. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We got the lovely, the dopest songstress on the coast, Miss Patrice Pickett.
Yeah, she's
amazing.
amazing.
She is gracing our presence
she's
today.
Awesome too.
Yeah, so y'all check that out. Be sure to tune in to The Attic online as well, www.theattictv.com, and stalk us on social media at The Attic TV. You like that? That's what people do, stalk.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anyway, y'all have a good week.
Bye.
I'm Lady Patrice of Rewind Band, and you are tuned in to The Attic TV. Looking out against the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired. And when I thought I couldn't face another day, oh Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, my life was so unkind, but you're the key to my peace of mind. And you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. When my soul was in the lost and found, oh, you came along to claim me. I didn't know what I was gonna do till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful for what I'm living for, and if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a
all my